What's goody, y'all? You guys know who it is. Ringside Rave. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and let's get into this podcast.
Yo, man, what's up, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in to episode 16 of the Fade Hour. I'm your host, Maul, Brews and Boxing. I'm just sipping on a double IPA right now. Y'all know I got my whole gang with me. I'm going to go ahead and pass it around the room and let everybody introduce themselves. And as usual, we're going to go ahead and get into this tonight.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Smoke at Free Smoke Boxing. Of course, repping that Ringside Rave. Right now, I'm drinking Bullet Bourbon, and I have Sour Diesel in my pipe.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? It's Pat Scorpion and the Ring representative. And as always, man, because it's Tuesday, I got my Merlot in my glass right now. You know, I've had a couple already because it was one of those days. So let's get to this, man.
What up? This your boy P, repping Ringside Rave, Bodega Boxing, and I'm just sipping on some Lipton raspberry iced tea. This is silver.
Hey, what up, y'all? This your boy Newzz, representing Ringside Rave all day. I know what it is with me, man. Got the gelato on deck, like always. Actually, was just listening to my boy Dolph talking about putting that gelato in the air, having money everywhere. I got my homies everywhere. I ain't got the money everywhere yet, but you already know we after that too. So
it's coming. You
know what I'm saying? Also, at the same time, I'm mixing it today. I'm about to get faded for real on the Fade Hour. I'm mixing a little bit of my gelato. Got some Ciroc. Got the Ciroc Pina Colada, trying something different this time. Hopefully it ain't, you know what I'm saying, gonna put me down midway through the show, but I'm gonna still go with it, you know what I'm saying? Get up like Tyson Fury, but we'll touch on that. But I would like to say that we also have the newest member of the cast, number one free agent in the game. We brought to the Fade Hour for y'all. Y'all know him. Y'all love him.
Appreciate that, bro. What's up, y'all? It's Leon from Champside, checking in with Ringside Rave, my brothers. You know, I'm just doing my thing, man. I ain't, you know, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I do. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it, y'all. This is, like I said, is the first edition of the Fade Hour. We got Maul with the golden voice, you know, but I'm doing the talking right now. I already got, like I said, I got the Ciroc. Y'all know the mouth gonna be running. First episode, Ringside Rave, Champside, Bodega Boxing, Free Smoke Boxing, Brews and Boxing. We about to turn it up. It's about to be a new 2019, about to be crazy. We ain't gonna stop.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We sounded like Voltron in this bitch.
Right.
Fresh.
Voltron, Power Rangers. Anything y'all want, anything that click up. Nigga, we clicking up like Legos when you snap them into place. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, y'all, for real, before we even get into it on a serious note, man, us here, we all just want to just pass out some positive vibes to Donna Stevenson, man. You know, that new, and then Deuce Coma and stuff. We never want to hear that. These boxers, man, they put their livelihood on the line for us. So yeah, definitely want to send some positive thoughts and vibes and prayers and all that his way, man.
Yes, sir.
Much respect to Superman.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. And yeah, that Saturday night, you know, we had the undercard of the big pay-per-view WilderFury. Let's just go ahead around the room. Let's Royal Rumble style, man. Let's stop. Let's not even. Gloves is off. Before we get to the main event, let's talk about the undercard. Whoever want to start off, you know, we had Joyce fighting, Ortiz fighting, Hurd fighting. Anybody who want to start first, get all opinion on it, and let's just go, man.
Me, I want to go.
Hold on. We're not gonna start with Vasek Stevenson first.
Huh?
Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah, we will touch on that. Yeah, we definitely touch on that. But we gotta get to this undercard first, man.
Hold up.
I gotta say my piece first, man.
All right,
I ain't seen these, so let me tell y'all what I heard, and y'all can reflect and say if it's actually what happened. So I heard and saw that Ortiz controlled Kauffman and just ended up TKOing him in a kind of Euro stoppage because Kauffman was getting his ass beat. And then I saw Jarrett Swift Hurd. He knocked out Welborn or whatever with a body shot in the 4th round. But I've read that throughout the first 3 rounds and pretty much until he threw that punch, that Swift was getting outboxed.
I wouldn't say outboxed, but he was getting roughed up and getting those hands put on him. Like, he got hit way too much for my liking in that fight. Welborn, when he got hit with that body shot, I could have swore he should have been able to get up, because I saw this and I was watching this in the theater, and it looked like, oh, okay, good. You know, he just he got hit with a quick body shot, he can get up and continue to fight. But dude just looked clear-eyed, just looked directly at the ref, just sat there, sat his ass down there. I'm just like,
are you insinuating something?
Let me take my 30 racks.
I'm insinuating that Welborn could
Are
continue
you
to fight.
insinuating Welborn said, I want to get the hell from out of here?
Well, like I said, I mean, he was winning the fight. That was the problem. He was, I mean, I didn't give Hurd any rounds in that fight, because I don't know what the hell was going on. Either, you know, Hurd was just, I mean, Welborn was coming down from middleweight, so it could be that Hurd, you know, met someone that his actual size and strength, and he didn't know what to do with it. I don't know, or it's just he didn't take this shit seriously. Who knows? But Hurd did not look good in this fight until, you know, he hit that body shot. Ortiz, he tried his, he put Kauffman away finally in the 10th round. But Kauffman was fighting to survive. I mean, he got put down like 3 times, you know, and he was just, he really wanted to go a distance. So it was just like Ortiz was just, you know, patiently beating the shit out of him. Joyce, I still don't think they don't need to rush him at this point. Like, you know, let him, because he was getting out jabbed. Like, Joe Hanks was actually, you know, kept that jab in his face, and he was getting hit with every single one of those jabs too. But Joe Hanks doesn't have the best punch resistance, so as soon as he got clocked, that shit was a wrap. But yeah, Joyce should really, they need to. I know he's like 33 or whatever, but you know, if they rush him along, a KO loss is coming to him quick. So that's my thoughts on the undercard.
I don't know. I mean, I just feel like shit. No matter what happened to Joyce fight, he knocked that man out within 3 minutes. They ain't even go second round. So.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Pat was talking. You sound like it was like a 3rd, 4th round fight. I was like,
everybody know Joe Joyce got that man up out of there in 1 round. You know what I'm saying? That's all he did. So I mean, the jab may have been fluid, but
Newzz, you said it. You said it was a pay-per-view of knockouts. You said an undercard of knockouts.
The night of knockouts. The night of knockouts. And I mean, as a matter of fact, Leon was in the building. So with the crowd. So when Joe Joyce got that knockout, how did the crowd react to that?
Man, first of all, by me putting up the Joe Joyce knockout, that shit got my fucking Instagram blocked. So shout out to Joe Joyce for that crazy ass knockout. Because that shit went viral as soon as I posted it.
The Instagram police.
Yeah, but man, that shit, no, it was crazy. I mean, all the fights on there was crazy. You know, I thought the Hurd fight, personally, I thought that he said it before the fight that he was trying to show a different side of his game. Maybe that's to test out his shoulder, but he was being more defensive. I thought he was just in the high guard just to be in it, you know, just relax. As soon as he put in a little effort, he hit him with that body shot and it was over. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, because people in the crowd was talking about it like, oh, he's losing. I'm like, he not even doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't even working like that. So as soon as he started working, he got him out of there. But the Ortiz fight, that was like, damn. I mean, I felt like he should have got him out of there sooner. I mean, he kept knocking him down. He had like 4 knockdowns, but he looked okay. So
Leon,
it was a good card though, man.
Did the people in Staples Center love Ortiz like they did on the Mikey Easter undercard?
Well, Joe Joyce got love because people from the UK was there. A lot of love. And then, Ortiz got love again, you know, like same as last time. So, yeah, everybody, pretty much everyone that fought on that card got love, you know what I'm saying?
What you, P, you was able to catch any of the undercard?
Yeah. I was in the theater with Pat the whole time.
Yep, exactly. What's your thoughts, bruh?
I was happy with all the undercard fights, all knockouts. The Joyce fight ended like this, like real quick. It was funny because I was just saying, hopefully he gets him out of here soon, but then boom, got him out of there. The Hurd fight, I think as much as I like Hurd, I think that that fight showed us a glimpse of what his boxing is going to be like if he moves up to 160. I don't think it's going to be as good as he is at 154, but he got him out there with a nice body shot. I felt that shit. But, it is what it is. But he got his hands put on. He got bullied a little bit. But he got him out of there, so you can't ask for anything else. So, and Ortiz dominated the shit. Like, Kauffman fought scary for most of the fight. Like, he wasn't even really trying to engage. I was even surprised he lasted that long. But then again, because he wasn't even really engaging. So, but got him out of there eventually. So, I was happy. It was all knockout.
Shit, what y'all think is next in store for all three of them? All three of the winners on the undercard.
Jarrett Hurd versus J-Rock.
Yep.
I think that's next.
In DC.
Ooh.
DC.
If that's in DC, I might have to go to that fight. Hey, I want to see Hurd. I want to see Hurd up there, especially versus J-Rock.
Yeah, I just want to go to DC so I can go to the stadium again and act out in the strip club.
So here's my thing. I don't think J-Rock is tune-up status. And didn't Hurd say that he was looking for a tune-up before fighting Charlo?
He got it. That was Welborn.
No, I think he did say he wanted one more, right?
He said something in the interview.
He said he won a hometown fight.
Yeah.
Hometown fight.
But he did not want to fight Charlo.
Next.
Right.
No.
Next.
They can't fight next. They can't fight next. He has a mandatory. Again, like we were talking about in the last cast. I can't remember the last time Hurd fought a mandatory, and he has 2 belts. And
unification trumps.
It does, but just like you said on the last one, I can't see.
Yeah,
I can't see them. You know what I'm saying? Just going right into each other right next. When you fight J-Rock, Jermell Charlo could get him another fight. Y'all meet around late summer, maybe the end of the year, big fight.
That's gonna be a hot.
Wasn't it reported that J-Rock was promised that he would get either Hurd or Mel next? That's what I heard.
Right.
That was being reported that he was going to get one of them. So he may get Charlo, the other Charlo. So we don't know. We'll see. But ideally, it should be Hurd and J-Rock.
What about what y'all think next for Joyce and Ortiz?
Joyce will probably get another high-profile fight on a televised card. But it's probably just going to be another showcase fight for him.
Against a scrub.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, they need to elevate him to the level below Brazil.
Yeah.
They're fighting Chris.
Throw him out of Charles Martin. I got to shoehorn Charles Martin in. I got to shoehorn him in.
Charles Martin.
Yeah, I know I had to shoehorn him in there, man.
At this point, man, his name's starting to remind me of a backup linebacker or something.
Charles Martin from the Raiders.
Yeah.
He's
y'all remember Charles Martin?
He Hardy Nickerson on the Jaguar status now, man. Y'all, fuck all this. Let's get to the main event, y'all. Let's not waste time. Let's not even do this anymore, y'all. Thoughts on the fucking main event. Period. Just overall thoughts, regardless of who you thought won or lost. Just your thoughts on the fight as a whole.
I love the fight, and the fight started off slow because you're thinking about Wilder's gonna try to knock him out. You wait, I found myself anticipating the knockout early, during the fight, and then after the first 4 rounds, I had to remind myself I wanted to knock out in the 9th round anyway. So
Me too.
Waiting for the first, so I'm calm down. You know what I'm saying? Put a little more in the bomb, chill, relax. You know what I'm saying? So did that. Watch Wilder, watch Fury. Fury did show that he had a better chin than what everybody say. So we can just skip all that Steve Cunningham stuff when it's brought up again.
Holla
against
at
Fury.
me.
You know what I mean?
Holla
Because
at me.
that's just now that's starting to, that's now Fury has a
gone.
chin. Yeah, we can't bring that up no more. Fury has a chin, but at the end of the day, I felt more like Wilder didn't do enough. I thought Fury won 10 rounds. I thought Fury won 10 rounds. I have to see the replay. I have not seen the replay yet. But on the first fight, I had like fight night. I think I had Wilder winning like two rounds. When I thought about it, maybe 3. That's why I had him winning at first. But
how would you grade him?
Who, Wilder in that fight? I give Wilder.
Yeah.
I give Wilder a D.
Yeah.
Pause. Pause.
So I'm okay with the draw. The thing is, I'm not okay with the way that the judges got there. And I'll say this.
Before we get there, just how they look.
So I thought, and I'm gonna say this. I thought Wilder was gonna KO him within 8 rounds. So I think Tyson Fury looked fantastic. Sans 2.5 minutes, maybe.
Smoke, let me ask you this. Let me not cut you off. Do you think he looked fantastic, or he just did better than your expectations?
No, I think that he looked really good as he was defending, but at the same time, he caught Wilder with some decent counters, and he was able to throw the 1-2. Although seeing it, his jab was a lot. It left a lot to be desired. However, he made Wilder miss so much. It was crazy. So I think if you look at it objectively, you can easily score a draw. Yep. I scored it personally 115 to, I don't even know what the fucking score could be, but it was fucking, Tyson Fury wins by 1 point. But I'm totally okay with the draw. I'm not okay with the way that people on Twitter and social media and even in the press are talking about Wilder got basically shut the fuck out, because the first 4 rounds, I mean, there are 2 toss-up rounds there. I gave 1 to Wilder, 1 to Fury, but you give 2 to him there, then with the 2 knockdowns and there, boom, draw. So,
right.
That's my thoughts.
P and Pat.
Yeah. Let me get mine in before Pat gets his shit. So let me just go first.
He's already heard a lot of my shit.
Pat gotta go. Yeah, Pat gotta go last because I already know.
Pat's gonna get his shit in regardless. But anyway, let me get my shit in before he gets it. So I scored the fight 115 to 111 for Fury. I did not agree with the draw, but after further consideration, I can see why people thought it could be a draw. So I'm not going to say complete bullshit, but I don't think it was a damn draw. That's just me personally. I gave 3 rounds to Wilder. I gave him the second, which was a toss-up. I gave him the 8th and the 12th, the 2 rounds where he got the knockdown. I could have given him the 4th because I was going back and forth on that one, and I ended up giving it to Fury. But even if I gave it to Wilder, that's 4 rounds, and it would have been 114 to 112 Fury. I can't see any more rounds that I realistically could have given to Wilder, just my opinion personally. But I do realize that the first 4 rounds, there wasn't much action, but I felt like Fury controlled the action more. So I ended up giving 3 of the first 4 rounds to Fury. I do not agree with the judge giving. Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with the draw as much as I have a problem with the scores. Almost like I did with Canelo Golovkin the first.
I was just about to say that. I was gonna say I didn't have a problem with the draw in that fight.
And I scored the first fight for Canelo 7-5. I did have a problem with the Adelaide Bird 118 to 110 score. Well, that's the same thing. I didn't like the 115 to 111 Wilder.
What's that judge's name?
That Tijuana dude,
like Rochin,
yeah.
Yeah, he gonna be banned real soon.
I mean, but
let me ask you this, P. How do you feel about people? How do you feel about how people saying they kind of gave Wilder a round or two early because of his aggression? Do you think it was effective aggression, or like do you score that way? Like,
I always see it's always a mixed bag, and I can't. I never do everything the same way. I usually go with who's really controlling it more. Now, I'm not a fan of like just aggression for aggression. It's got to be effective aggression. And the problem was it wasn't effective because Fury was basically neutral. Because the first 4 rounds was basically Wilder trying to figure out the distance, because that's the first time we've ever seen Deontay Wilder against a guy that's bigger than him and has a longer reach. He's usually fighting against shorter guys. When you're fighting a shorter guy, you can't jab and hit him with the right hand the same as when hitting a taller guy. So you got to go higher. So he's trying to figure out that distance. Meanwhile, Fury is actually moving well and not letting him get that distance correctly, not letting him, close it. So he's ineffective. He was getting wild, hitting him trying to hit the home run and missing. So to me, you're swinging, missing, you're striking out. I'm not gonna give you a on base for striking out. I got it. So, no, I'm a baseball guy. You strike, you're out. So I don't agree with it.
Yeah, yo, Leon, before you get your thoughts too, man, let me ask you a question though. Like, when do you factor in like punch stats and stuff when like how much like credence do you get at? Because people want to be like, well, Fury threw less and only landed, you know what I'm saying? Like, people use CompuBox when it fits an argument, but like, how much credence do you get at in general? Because the punch stats would lead you to believe that Fury kind of, I don't want to say dominated, but controlled the fight. But your eye test might have said different. But like, yeah, how you feel about that shit, man?
I think you have to look at them in the context of each round, just in general, right? Because you could throw X amount in one round, and you could throw the complete opposite in the next, but your total could be higher or whatever. So you got to score the fight by a round. And I don't know, man. I thought Fury clearly outboxed Wilder. He showed that he's a better boxer, but as we know, it don't matter when Wilder hits you. And I think he got 4 points on the 2 knockdowns, right? And he need 2 or 3 to get a draw, two to get a draw. So if you could find 2 rounds outside of rounds 9 and 12 to give to Wilder, then you got a draw. But the thing to me is like with the judges is, okay, one judge is same deal. You too far on Wilder's side, but you still went Wilder, okay? And then the second judge had it for Fury, but it's the third judge who scored it a draw that made it the difference. And and that judge, all they had to do is see 2 other rounds outside of 9 and 12, right? Because you got 9 and 12 in the book by default. So I thought that Fury won the fight because he got up at the end. Yep. The fact that he got up, and then every time he got up, he would come back at Wilder. It was like he wasn't in retreat. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm not mad at the draw. I'm not going to, hate on it.
Argue it. Right.
But let me tell y'all, man, the shit was lit. Like, the UK fans, them niggas is crazy, bro. Like, they had 10 to 12 different chants on deck all through the fight.
Man.
Unison, bro. And when Fury came out, they fucking lost it. That shit was crazy. Like everybody, all the black people around us, we was looking at each other like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Like, it was like a nation out there, for real.
Yo, Leon, so you and I were at the Mikey Garcia Robert Easter fight.
Nah, it wasn't like that.
So
It wasn't like that at all.
no, so hold
It wasn't
on,
like that.
I'm gonna ask you. So you remember when Easter got knocked down and the place fucking like
I don't remember that.
insane,
I don't remember that.
right? Yeah,
Man,
You know he got a
they-
shoehorn.
I don't
You know he
remember
got
that
a
fight.
shoehorn Mikey into
When
this.
Fury went down in the 12th, that shit went crazy because you know that's the end. Like we are watching it, like man, Wilder gonna lose if he don't get this knockdown.
And he
And
got
that's
it.
the only reason why he got the draw is because of the knockdown. Without that, it's no question. Like you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So
I mean-
it was the crowd was on a different level than you had ever seen before.
I ain't gonna front.
It was
When-
high stake, bro. And Wilder, everybody knew Wilder was losing that shit.
Yeah.
And that shit was like, I was dead silent when it happened. I was like, yo, he just slumped his ass. I was like, what the fuck? All that good shit he did was negated by one fucking punch in the 12th round. I was just like, you gotta be shitting me. And then he got up and I was like, man, you gotta be shitting me.
The only problem I have with that is, first of all, I think Tyson Fury should have been counted out. I mean, people could tell me what they want. They can use as many. You can use as
Go
many
ahead,
stop,
dude.
you can
Go
use as many
ahead.
timers. You can use as many stopwatches you want to use. At the end of the day, the footage don't lie. That man was not on steady feet at 10. And we've seen many fighters get counted out, waved off at 10. Jack Reese did let the fight go on. People can say what they want to say, but you have to admit Jack Reese let the fight go on. You can't be bent over, barely getting to your feet at 10. Like, okay, he good. Since when? We've seen many fights counted out when a fighter barely gets up to their feet at 10 and is waved off. We've seen that. Secondly, this dude was out cold for 5 seconds. When's the last time we seen somebody start counting up to 5 when someone's out cold? I didn't see Kine get 5. Kine didn't get 5. Soon as Kine hit the ground, he waved. Kenny Bayless waved that off.
Well, I think I don't agree. I hate it when I personally hate it when referees are counting and then we'll just wave it off. And if you're gonna count, just
count it all the way out. Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on. We never let Pat get his thoughts in.
Hold on. Let me finish where I'm going with this. The fact is, I thought, like I said, I thought it was 10 seconds. Before that, I thought he got to 5 and he counted all the way to 5 and he's giving him a count. Wilder could have stepped on the gas, but we knew Wilder was dead tired in the 10th round. So I knew he couldn't step on the gas and get Fury out of there. Those extra 13 seconds that he got is enough to get back.
Is it the time?
Leaving that out.
Is it the time or how you look?
That's a good question, Leon. That's a good question.
If you look like your eyes is going to the back of your head, do we need to count?
No, you don't. That boy was asleep. That's what I'm saying. They took
But he wasn't.
1, 2.
But that's what Smoke. Good point, Smoke. What was he really?
Wasn't. No, I
Man,
mean,
what-
no.
man.
It was a moment though.
I mean, Tyson Fury made fucking Titanic eyes with Jack Reese at 5 seconds. Pause. And that's what. Hold up. That's what stopped him from getting counted out. Also, if Wilder had won like 4 rounds before the 12th round knockout, 12th round knockdown, well, y'all might have heard what I actually think. I think that Jack Reese would have stopped it at like 2 or 3.
I think Jack Reese did a good job, though. No, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not like it's not as much like we're talking about like he counted fairly, he let him get up, and he actually made him walk to him. It's like, and I don't think he gave him that much time. I can see why people say that, but if anything, I look at it as well. It's actually boxing karma because the ref, if you remember in the Wilder Ortiz fight, the ref in that fight actually gave Wilder an extra bit
At the start of the 8th round. At the start of the 8th round.
Wait.
Yeah, you remember that? Like at the start of the 8th round.
No. Let me refresh my memory.
Yeah, I said. Yeah,
I know you.
He got hurt in the 7th round. Ortiz had him on ice at the round ended. And the next round, he sends Wilder to like the cup mirror, have somebody look at him, but like there's no cups on him. Even Paulie called it out. Paulie said like he has no cups on him. He has nothing on him. Like, why are you doing that? And then he makes him walk around. Like, he basically just gave him an extra 30 seconds to recover because he was still hurt. I feel like that's the problem because I don't like it when refs rush, because when refs rush, you get a Richard Steele moment with Meldrick Taylor. Let him get up. Are you okay? Are you okay? Come to me.
But that's true though, P. But then you also got to realize that if you got to make the man start jogging after 10 seconds already counted, you're not sure he's ready. So that's what we remember. He counted 10 already. And he approved Fury, and then he told him to run back and forth to see if he's ready. Why did we need the extra if he was ready at 10?
No, I understand that.
That's why I'm saying if he wasn't ready at 10, that's a knockout. So there's nothing that comes after that. That man started jogging. Jack Reese was not sure he was ready to continue action.
Hold on, y'all. Let's pause it. Let's go ahead and get Pat in it because we still forgetting Pat.
Pat been over there. Pat been sipping Merlot all this whole time.
I know. Pat might be asleep.
No, I'm very awake, son. Very awake.
Pat took a nap for this one.
All right.
Yes.
Wow. Motherfuckers.
Just go, Pat.
What have I always said about Deontay Wilder in previous casts?
Wait. Hold on.
No, let him go.
There's no, hold on. What have I always said about Deontay Wilder in previous podcasts? Going back and forth with some of you motherfuckers about his ability. What about
Bailey, right? We call him Bailey.
That he was the undefeated WBC heavyweight champion of the world.
You must be really faded. Nah. Well, speak some sense, my nigga.
I almost called him Donovan Bailey, so I ain't one that even speak sense.
What have I always called him? What do I like in Wilder's boxing?
Man, that's
what's the Bailey dude? Randall Bailey.
Randall Bailey, aka the knockout king, aka a one-hitter quitter, aka the heavyweight version of Randall Bailey. And I've been have arguments. He beat a Cuban fighter. Big whoop you do. He has an improved jab. So what? Let me see. Yeah, he's a bronze medalist. Now, fuck all that. All these excuses instead of focusing on the one thing that this motherfucker has. This motherfucker has struggle in his boxing, has a lot of struggle in his boxing. I had this argument over and over and over again, but motherfuckers have the rose-colored glasses on. They're like, whoa, it's the Bronze Bomb Squad. All this bullshit.
Newzz, I feel like he's talking to you.
Now you see this on display. Okay, he's against Fury. Now,
all right, about the fight, Pat. What's your thoughts on the fight?
No. You let me go speak one piece about this shit. It's my time.
Oh my God.
P, you be quiet. So anyway, like I said, regardless, I don't think much of Fury either. However, because Fury, I said before, I think he's abused his body way too much. With the drugs and the food and the mental illness, because he was probably seeing it, hearing shit. And I didn't think, and I think that Wilder, would have a hard time, wouldn't have a hard time knocking him out. How wrong I was. Wilder got outboxed thoroughly. Like it was sad to watch. He made no adjustments, throwing right hands over and over again and missing and swinging. He looked like a straight amateur. He was fighting on his back foot, which he doesn't do, and had a really hard time doing it. He looked basically terrible. Like Fury was styling on him, putting his hands behind his back, doing his little jittery, his blubber fucking flying all over the fucking place. It was disgusting, but it was effective.
Then he got caught with that dumb shit too.
Yeah, he looked stupid doing that shit.
Yeah, he was stupid, but then Wilder was so confused by that he was missing over and over again. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if now everyone's seeing what I've been seeing, even though this should have been seen a while ago, that this boy has struggle in his boxing. He has a low boxing IQ, and he has a weak technical foundation. However,
but Pat, Pat, but Wilder said his arm was, he had an arm surgery.
Not even that, Bob. Nobody has ever even argued Wilder's skills.
I don't. His injury. It's not injury. If this motherfucker had an injury, he wouldn't be able to throw the right hand. Which gets me to the one positive this motherfucker has. You cannot allow this wiry motherfucker to hit you with his right hand any fucking punch. That's the
golden gun.
That's the only positive. Like the 9th round wasn't really a clean knockdown. It was just more or less that it was off. He managed to catch Fury off balance, and it was glancing. Although with Wilder's power, it was probably a little bit more than that. And he got up. That's what it was. And he proceeded to outbox him some more. Now Wilder, however, had his moment in 12 where he landed that fucking kill shot, and followed by the left hook. Now, kill shots in boxing, like I said, I'm always like, one thing that does impress me is when I see a boxer get up from a certified kill shot. Because the last time I saw a fighter get up from a kill shot was watching fucking Mickey Roman get up from getting his insides torn out, pause, by with the left hand.
We gotta pause that one.
Yeah, that's why I said pause first. But that's what happened. He took a body shot that had him rolling on the canvas like he was having a seizure, and he got his ass up before a 10 count, and continued to fight for 2 rounds. That's the type of shit that's like, okay, I can dig that. I respect that. And Fury was out. He was out cold. Like for me, I was waiting. Like I was in that seat, the theater I was in. Like the shit like erupted. Everyone was like, "Oh shit!" Like because we done think that Wilder committed a fatality because this nigga started shimmying and shit, and and then I was waiting for Jack Reese to wave his hands over and saying this nigga is out. But I'm saying, what the fuck is he waiting for? Like he was having a magic moment. Like it was like the eyes were locking and shit. And then Fury gets his ass up like the Undertaker. And personally, I thought the count was normal, like because the count that he has to. Yeah, I mean, I was completely surprised that Fury got up, and so Fury, while he is chinny, he has recovery powers out of this world because there's no way in hell, like whatever gypsy god that he prayed to, definitely came through in the hush, and I'm pretty sure Fury probably gave burned some chickens, in thanks, for getting his ass up from that punch, because there's no explanation why he got up from that shot. Much less was able to continue fighting and actually wobble Wilder after that.
Y'all think Wilder shot?
Yo, Pat, what was your prediction though?
My prediction was because Fury's condition was so bad, I thought Wilder would get him out there in 5, and that was the one thing I was very wrong about. Wilder had more struggle in his boxing than I thought. So, in this fight, Fury's stock went all the way up. I mean, you could basically everything that could happen for Wilder. For Fury that was positive happened. Wilder's stock went all the way down.
And before we get there, let's let Rez drop his thoughts in here, man. Because before we all get into it, man, we got to get my man International Rez out there thoughts, man.
Okay, so I thought it was a great fight. I had Fury winning 115, 111, which is 9 rounds to 3. I could see why somebody gave it like 8 rounds to 4, even 10 rounds to 2. The draw is, I disagree with it. I don't think it's the right call, but I don't think it's a robbery either. I can see how somebody got it to 7 rounds to 5 to Fury, but that's definitely the most generous decision I can see for Wilder. I can't see him winning more than 5 rounds in this fight. Major props for Fury because he made Wilder miss most of the rounds. He only came back 6 months ago, and he did a great job neutralizing one of the, if not the most dangerous heavyweight around. And when he took his best shot, he took Wilder's best shot, and he got up. I don't understand the controversy around this either. I don't think that this is a real controversy because Jack Reese did a great job. Like he continued the count. He was there. He saw up close what state Fury is in. He saw he's not out cold. He can continue. He stood up, and he even asked him like you say, okay, can he walk straight? Some people had problems with that too, but that's just the protocol. That's usual when a fighter is hard after a hard knockdown like that. It's usual that they ask this, and there's no controversy for me around that. I heard that Wilder hurt his right hand, broke his right hand actually before the Fury camp. I don't know what to make of that because on the fight it definitely didn't seem to me like he would have any problem with the right hand. If anything, he was right hand happy. He scored 2 knockdowns with the right hand, and he threw with a lot of time in general during the fight. Actually, like, this made it easier to Fury to rate him. But he also scored knockdowns with it, of course. So yeah, it was a great fight. A draw I can maybe see. I wouldn't call it a robbery, but I think Fury won, and for a lot of people he won, and major props for him because he proved that he is back. I think he will only be better at a rematch because he only came back 6 months ago, and he made a great case to be called the best heavyweight in the world.
I appreciate that thought, man. But Leon, what's drop some thoughts, bro.
I do want to drop some bars though on Wilder though, because we realize it now, right? I mean, people realize it now. He is what he is, and I just feel like he's the exception. Like, he's a flawed boxer, but he got the neutralizer, and he can X you out. And I feel like if nobody looks at Wilder like Klitschko, and you look at how Klitschko fared against Fury, and you look at how Wilder fared against Fury, Wilder was able to turn Fury lights off. You know what I mean? Klitschko wasn't able to do that. You could argue they had different phases of their career, but you would probably say Klitschko's a better boxer than Wilder.
Right.
But Wilder almost killed this nigga. So I just feel like I feel like people should take the focus off of him as a flawed boxer and just be like, wow, this nigga is just he's like Fury said, he the best puncher of all time, the hardest puncher of all time. Maybe he is. He's 6'6", and he weighed 209 on fight night, and he was fighting somebody that's 260 pounds. You talk about pound for pound fighters. This nigga's fighting people 50, 60 pounds heavier than him, and he's knocking them out, and he chasing them down. He was pushing the action. I mean, I like Fury's style, but it's like he's getting credit for making Wilder miss, but he wasn't working. There was a time, it was a nigga in the audience behind us. He was from America, and he was talking a lot of shit the whole fight, just the whole fucking fight. And he was talking about what Fury was doing, and I'm like, nobody's giving credit to Wilder for going to the body. You know, he wasn't doing it a whole lot, and it wasn't like he was killing them, but early in the fight, he was trying to find something, and he was jabbing to the body. He stopped doing that. But you know, it was one round, I can't remember, but I told the dude, I'm like, man, look, Fury hasn't landed a punch this round yet, and it was like 2 minutes into the round. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I love his defense, I love his feigning. He gave Wilder all kind of problems, but I'm just like, man, Wilder is he's an overachiever. That's what I want to say. He like an overachiever. Yeah. He started at 19. He didn't start in boxing. Like Tyson said, he was born in boxing. Wilder came over from basketball. But he's the heavyweight champion of the world. Undefeated. Just how hard he'll hit your ass.
See, I have no problem with that viewpoint either. Like if you want to say, you know, Wilder is the hardest puncher in the division, hell, you know, say it. You know, that's the thing. But it's when people start talking about Wilder is actually skilled. That's the part that I've been arguing about.
I've never heard nobody.
I ain't never heard that.
I've never heard
what he did.
Hold up. Everyone says up until this fight that Wilder has a 1-2.
Right.
Yep.
Grabbing the straight right. That's it. We never talk about his defense. And I'm a huge Wilder fan. Never talked about his defense. Never talked about he had footwork. Never talked about look at his body work. Look at the uppercut. It's none of that. It's the golden gun. I always refer to it. At the end
my
of the
only
day,
question is if you go ahead, Smoke.
If you're a heavyweight,
if you're a heavyweight, you only need 2 punches.
If you're a heavyweight,
right.
That's why Wilder is going to get the criticism he's going to get.
Listen, my issue is, see, I think y'all are confusing. If y'all want to say Wilder is limited, that's fine. Let's not say my issue is when people say that Wilder is trash. I don't like that word to say that he's trash. If you want to say there is a difference between limited and trash. If you're saying that people that don't get to Wilder down by being trash fighters, yes, you could say he only has a jab, a right, and a straight right. But guess what? That's all he needs, and he's done very well with it. It's what you being skilled. First of all, being skilled isn't about throwing all kinds of punches. To me, being skilled is about doing what you do best at a high level, and Wilder does exactly that. That jab, that straight right dynamite, he does it at an elite level. So I can't say that he sit here and say, "Oh, he's not skilled," when he's doing what he's doing right now. It's limited, it's not as much, but it's still enough to get it done. That's why I don't like the difference in saying he's trash. That's why I just said, if you want to say he's limited, that's fine. There's a difference. You need to learn the difference.
Well, all I gotta say is when Wilder loses a fight to someone who people perceive not to be on his level, then that argument, we can revisit that little argument if he's he's limited or trash. Because that's why I feel that's going to happen eventually with Deontay Wilder.
But who will that be though? Because shit, it ain't happened yet. So he ain't too many out there. There's really only 2 out there.
That's why it's called an upset, Maul. That's why. It's going to happen.
The only thing that's going to be upset after a Wilder fight is Joshua fans. That's it. That's it. Luis Ortiz.
That's funny.
Luis Ortiz was supposed to be the skilled Cuban with shot. It sounded. I remember Pat said Luis Ortiz hit him so hard it sounded like a shotgun went off in the arena.
I don't say
direct pack quote. Hold on. That was a direct pack quote. I went to New York City and seen Deontay Wilder slump Luis Ortiz. No skill.
Hey Leon.
I ain't trying to hear.
Yo.
Let me ask you a question. So
squad.
After this fight, what should AJ do? Who should he fight first? Fury or Wilder? Not fight next, but who should he fight first?
I think he wants to fight Fury first. I think he wants the Fury fight before he fights Wilder. But I mean,
that move.
I don't know, man. I don't know if Wilder wants to fight Joshua next or he wants to give Fury the rematch instead. I think he might want to give Fury the rematch instead. They already got a working relationship. They ain't got to deal with Eddie Hearn. You know what I mean? I don't know. So
I think that this is going to be like what happened when Golovkin fought Jacob. But then instead of giving him a rematch in a closely disputed fight, he then fought Canelo. Because that fight's just too big to just keep by the
pass up. Can't keep passing up.
You can't pass up. And this is 2 fights now where Wilder has come this close to flipping and then you lose that big money fight. And Joshua and his team should have seen this twice in a row now. You cannot just let this fight slip by the wayside any longer because you risk having it be a Lennox Lewis, Riddick Bowe situation where one guy gets knocked out and then the whole thing goes down the drain. This is still the biggest fight in boxing right now. You can't let it, and now because of this, Wilder's perceived stock has gone down. You can't let it go any further. They're still at their best. If he loses, then the fight loses a bit of function here. Like, it's not going to be as good. You got to do it fast. Listen, as far as Fury, that Fury fight for Joshua will always be there. It will always be there at a high level, and they will always do big numbers because of where they at. They could fill that. They could fill Wembley Stadium at any time and do that. The Wilder fight has a time limit. You have to capitalize on it now.
Did y'all see AB's video when he was watching the fight?
Nah, what he do?
He was recording the fight and he was telling Deontay Wilder, "Don't fuck up the bag. Don't fuck up the bag."
Y'all can't. You gotta secure it, man. What?
I mean, even Pat. Can see that. Even Broner can see the struggle, and he's struggling himself.
But so, what do you think, AJ? Who you think he should fight first, Fury or Wilder?
Let's see. I mean, I agree with P sentiments. Like I said, Wilder is, he's on borrowed time. He's, everyone knows that the motherfucker struggle. So most likely, it probably should be the Wilder fight. I mean, get this unification going. Because, like I said, Fury is the lineal champion still. That's what a draw does. Fury still remains the man of that division, and Fury and Joshua will sell regardless. One of them could lose, and the fight will still sell because England loves their fighters and they support it more than people in the U.S., and that's fact. Wilder should be, because Joshua doesn't have this struggle, so Wilder should be the next up to bat, to get this shit going. Because frankly, I don't think Wilder wants to fight Fury again. I honestly don't think that.
And this is a 2-part edition of the Fade Hour. Man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna go around the room with little final thoughts before we Newzz go ahead and close up this cast, man.
My final thoughts, man. It's 12:30, and this wine is
Eastern time.
Yeah, Eastern time. Yeah, because I forget. We got people in different time zones and shit. And this Merlot is making me feel extra good right now. So, like I said, just keep loving Pat Scorpio, and Pat Scorpio loves y'all. That's my final thoughts.
So Gerald Levert ass dude.
Yo, it's Lee. Final thoughts. Shout out to Ringside Rave for having me on the Fade Hour. We're gonna keep killing this shit, man, because to be honest, boxing is having a resurgence right now. All these guys, the fact that they're not taking these fights fast is allowing us time to keep, putting our hands on the shit, and they seeing it, they seeing how we moving. So you know what I mean? We're gonna keep killing them. So that's it, man. I appreciate y'all.
This your boy P, and you know where you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Bodega Boxing. And just shout out to all the fighters doing their thing. I'm hyped. Shout out to the Charlos. I'm gonna go see them in a couple weeks, so they better put on the great performance. I'm gonna be there, so I'm hoping for some knockouts. We lit.
Go ahead, Ma.
Man. Y'all know me. You know what I'm saying? The Black Bob Costas in this mug. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all having me on. You know what I'm saying? Had a few beers and a shot of apple Jim Beam along the way. But yeah, man, I definitely appreciate the fans who support us, who comment us, on all the formats that we're on. And shout out to my brothers here, man, who brought me in and who has accelerated my boxing knowledge, man. I wouldn't be as astute and improving as I am without y'all, man. And that's really all I gotta say, man.
Hey,
sir.
Where the fuck is Smoke at?
This nigga
smoking.
Passed out somewhere.
He's still in Atlanta.
Who knows?
No, I mean, he's still on here though, but I think he probably passed the fuck out.
San Diego ass.
Shit too hard.
Yeah.
Hey, once again, it's your boy Newzz representing Ringside Rave all day. Y'all know what it is with me, man. Thank y'all for all the support y'all been showing us, man. It's been a hell of a ride so far this year. We still got a couple more weeks left, a couple more Fade Hours before the end of 2018. So y'all keep messing with us. We're only gonna get better. Only gonna be bigger fights, better shows and stuff like that. I had to give a shout out to all my boys here. Y'all go follow Brews and Boxing. My boy Ma. Y'all go follow Bodega Boxing. That's my boy P. Y'all definitely go follow Champside. That's my boy Leon. Y'all go follow Free Smoke Boxing. That's my boy Smoke. Y'all go follow Pat Scorpio. And y'all definitely know, follow, subscribe, Ringside Rave all day, every day, man. It's your boy Newzz. Another
and Rez too.
Hey, as a matter of fact, shout out to Rez, International Rez, the Euro Connect, because we never really get to let him get his intro. His intro or outro into the show. But I hope y'all appreciated this time that we did actually get Rez into the show with the Rez remarks. So hope y'all like that. We definitely gonna bring more of that to y'all in the coming future. And like I said, hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Another beautiful show. Thank all my brothers for showing up. And hey, we out, y'all.
All right, man. We out.
And everybody on the West Coast, have a happy Hove Day. It's still Hove Day on the West Coast.
It was so fucking stupid.
Alright, y'all.
Thank you guys for listening to Ringside Rave. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.